Hello gang, welcome to the channel and the video, and today we're going through another top 10, one of your favorite topics of the channel. And this video is for my boy Alaska Light. He asked me yesterday for that, and he is a premium member of the channel and moderator on Discord and YouTube also. And the top 10 is about CTP of Inside. The top 10 characters that gonna help your account progress through Alliance Battle Legend, Alliance Battle Extreme, and generally PVE. I'm not focusing on PvP because on PvP and Alliance Conquest there is multiple characters that you could go for CTP of Insight. Also Colossus, it's really helpful for timeline battle with that. But I'm not gonna focus on that. I'm gonna focus on what's gonna give you more points on Alliance Battle Extreme and Alliance Battle Legend, and what 10 CTP of Insight you need to have in your account. But before we're going through this breakdown, I want you to do me a favor and smash the like button, make sure that you're subscribed, and drop down below in the comments where are you going to equip your CTP of Insight, your next CTP of Insight, because CTP of Insights, it's not enough ever. I mean, the rest of the CTPs, it's enough, but CTP of Insight, you always want some. Makes the character not being usable by himself, but it's a perfect support for PvP and PvE, and that's the best role you could have, as you see here. And yes, let's go to the number 10 of this list. Number 10 is no other than the best support in the game for heroes, but the fact that Nicholas Fury, but the fact that he's not awakened or tier 3 makes him like the less valuable. He's usable on Speed Hero Day for ABX, and in the same time he is the best support for ABL and Black Widow. Of course, you can instead of giving him, you could give it to someone like there is other characters that I'm gonna mention later basically, but I'm putting him here because he's going to get an update 100% in the next year because of the Secret Invasion MCU film. I think it's series, so yeah, we're gonna get an update on this dude, so for sure he's gonna drop value for your account. If he gets awakened and if he gets tier 3, which is pretty sure, you're gonna have a character, you know, helping your all of your heroes in your account, which is more than 70%. So yeah, let's go to number 9. Number 9 is Phylavel, and Phylavel is a character that is kind of, you know, off the meta in multiple game modes. You're never gonna see here, except if you are playing ABX. She is the best support to support Universal heroes, and we see with Captain Marvel is the best support for Wanda in the ABX Universal Superheroes Day, and also she's a solid support for ABL for the day, which is Universal Female. C and Morgan Le Fay is the only two supports for this day. So yeah, you have to consider that she's usable for one day in ABL and one day in ABX, and it's a must-have. So it's the only character that you can put an insight on, because the others are, you know, in the team of 3. It's the less valuable character to DPS. So yeah, the insight for Phylavel, it's on number 9. Let's go to number 8. Number 8, it's another tier 2 character, and as Phylavel and Nicholas Fury, they are not usable on World Boss Legend or GBR, but the fact that she is the best support for Storm in both ABL days makes her one of the best choice to put a CTP of Insight, because you know, in some days you can use only females, so you know, other characters or only females, yes, and blast types. So it's one character that you have to put an insight on if you want to have one with your Storm. I'm not having myself, but I'm planning to put one on here in the future 100%. So yes, this is giving a really unique buff for all of your mutants. So in the future, if she gets an awaken or tier 3, she's gonna be one of the best supports for World Boss Legend and GBR in the same time as ABL. So yeah, she's pretty cool. And yeah, let's go to number 7. Another tier 2 character, and that's Ghost Panther. This character, it's the less likely to get an update, to get an awaken, or a tier 3, because it's from a series of comics that it was for once, and it's combined Black Panther and Ghost Rider. But he's giving the best support for a fire character, for a character with elemental fire damage. So he is really cool. He's giving a lot for ABX, but for ABX specifically, he is usable for Universal Hero Day and for ABL on Universal Male Day. So he is one ABX, one ABL, and in the same time one of the best supports for characters that have elemental damage. But I totally get that you can't really use him in GBR and World Boss Legend, but in the same time he's a solid support for the other days. And if we get in the future an update for Ghost Rider, let's say Ghost Rider tier 4, he's gonna be the best to support him in ABL and ABX. So yeah, Ghost Panther feels to be really nice to put an insight on. So yeah, let's go to number 7. Sorry, it's number 6, but yeah, it's another tier 2 characters. So half of the list at the moment it's with tier 2 characters and characters that you can't really go through World Boss Legend and GBR. But I feel like the really value of a CTP of Insight in your account could go for ABX and ABL, because it helps you getting more score and getting more items through that. I totally get that for people, there is people that just want to cap the scores, but for the people that want to be competitive, this is must have. And Black Cat, I know it's a paywall uniform, but she provides one of a really unique leadership. Her leadership gives 65% damage dealt to villains, which is really huge, and in the same time provides you a decrease on all debuff that enemy have and increase on your debuffs. So she is one of her kind, and she is the best support for Speed Villain Day and also Female Villain Day, yeah. And also in the free day if you are using Loki. If you're using Loki in your free ABX day, she is the best one for him as a leadership. She is basically the best leadership for non-World Boss Legend or GBR content in the game for villains at the moment. There is other characters like Greekomblin having the same value, but the insight has to be on a character that is not DPSing like Greekomblin, so you can't really go with the insight in anyone else. Of course there is Mystique in the same time, but Mystique is gonna get an upgrade as soon as possible, I think. And in the same time Mystique is a support and not a lead, so insight fits better to this girl here. In the future perhaps that changes, but at the moment as the things are now, she's really nice. And if she gets an update, believe me guys, you're gonna see this leadership in every World Boss Legend team that's gonna have a villain on. Let's go to our number 5. Our number 5 is no other than the leader of X-Men, Cyclops. It's a mutant and in the same time he's a blast male. That makes him fitable blast male and blast male villain basically. That makes him fitable for 3 days of ABX in the period of 14 days, and in the same time in 2 days of ABL as a support of Storm. Swapping his uniform to hero makes him valuable for this day also. So yeah, he is one of the best to support your characters. He can be all week in your ABX and ABL, and in the same time supporting your account for World Boss Legend with a generic leadership, 35% all attack with an insight fits really cool, and the passive ability he got provides him even more help for energy attacking characters. So DBR, World Boss Legend, and 3, 4, 5 days of ABL and ABX in a period of 14 times makes him one of the best for this CTP. Yeah, I hope he gets something and gonna be available to DPS with him, but at the moment he's pretty useless as a damage dealer. So yeah, number 5 for Cyclops. Let's go to number 4. In number 4, it's Proxima, and Proxima is a character that you could use as a support for, of course, World Boss Legend. Null. Her leadership provides her ignore dodge that helps you against all the World Boss Legend from Gore, from Ultron and Null, and in the same time she is the best support for use if you use in your Universal Villain Day Black Bolt as a tier 3 or tier 4 and you use his leadership. She is a support to get that place there. She and Morgan Le Fay is doing her damage by herself, so I could go and give Proxima an insight for that day, and in the same time she's supporting World Boss Legend, GBR, she's supporting in female villain day, so it's 2 ABX day and 1 ABL day. She's good for ABL to support Wanda. Wanda don't have a fracture or snare or shock or one of these 3. She got it, but she's missing shock for sure. So you're using Proxima as a character to swap on, drop the spear, do the shock, and swapping into Wanda. So you want her for like 3 days, 2 ABX, 1 ABL, 100%. How more value we want from a character. So yeah, Proxima herself is doing some damage, but she's nowhere close than the other characters that she has to compete, like Morgan Le Fay, like Super Giant. So there's no reason for you not giving her an insight. There's no way you can DPS with her better than others. So yeah, that's my girl. I believe season number 4, and let's go to the top 3. Who is gonna be? Number 3 in this list is Taskmaster, and this boy can support all your account through every game mode, through all the characters. See here, his uniform support gives the support to all your team, and there is another possibility for Weapon Master. So he provides you for Combat Villain a solid support, and for ABL a character that can support the human combat and the combat villain. So it's like 3 days in ABL and 2 days in ABX that you could use him, use his support and getting value through your account. Especially if you have Moon Knight tier 4 for ABL, he is one of his kind. There is others that could get the insight on this day, but believe me guys, Taskmaster delivers really nice support on every single character, and he can the fact that he is human helps you through World Boss Legend also and GBR, because you can use him with every single team. Yeah, let's go to the second one. The second one is Sith, and Sith provides you a leadership for only combat physical attackers, but it's so specific, but in the same time so huge. Why I'm saying that? It's because she can be used on combat female day as a leadership and support, because she got another support buff for all the characters against the how it's called boss types. So yeah, she provides a solid support for the combat female day ABX. For the hero combat day, he can provide support to Moon Knight, to Venom. She's one of your kind, having a leadership and the support, and the insight fits here so good because you can use her in the same time for ABL and in multiple content like GBR, World Boss Legend, and all of that stuff that you need physical attacking combat type. But yeah, you can use her only as a support. with all of your roster. So yeah, it's 2 days on ABX and 1 day on ABL. So in total, you got 3 places get filled with here, and the value on that is really crazy. The other characters that you can use inside is Sea-Hulk, Valkyr, or Titania. But all of these 3 is better DPS characters, and a lot of people using tag team play on this day for combat female day. So Sith do less damage than these 3, makes here being in the spot for the inside, and the fact that she can help with combat hero day and provide support for Moon Knight or provide support for Venom or whoever you're gonna choose for this day on your ABX and ABL, gives here the 2nd place in this list. And of course it's Awaken, you can use here on all the game modes of the game. Yeah. Okay, let's go to number 1, where there is 2 places. There is 2 characters for this number 1, and I'm gonna explain myself. Number 1 is no other than Fox, and Fox is the best support in the game for 3 or 4, but basically it's for 3 ABL and 2 ABX. So it's for 5 ABX and ABL days. But that's only if you use other than Black Widow in your ABX. If you don't use that, she's still the best because she provides support on characters with leadership, with its like Moon Knight, Thor, and you could use her for the free day on ABL and ABX, provide them support. But in the same time, if you're using Suri or Kamala, for that days, it is giving a solid support for 5 days of this whole thing I was talking about. But in the same time, if you're not using, if you're using Black Widow tier 4, which is the best for these days, you can't really utilize the full value of this support. So I'm gonna suggest another one for this place. But the value of Fox is 100% legit, having an insight, and she is usable of course as a tier 3 in GBR, in World Boss Legend, and as I told you already, 5 to 7 days of ABX and ABL depending of what you're using on your free day. There's people using Moon Knight, so yeah. And the second one, number 1, it's no other than her friend Wave. Yes, if you have Black Widow, the best character to use the insight is Wave, because providing you a solid leadership and support, and in the same time she is usable for World Boss Legend, GBR and ABX, the 5 days I was saying before. But because Black Widow, it's the legit meta character for these days, as a tier 4, you can't really say that Fox is the best because you want Wave on that spot. And Wave gonna give this buff I told you, but she's not gonna be usable for the free day, and you know, you can't use her, but there is better support than her for Moon Knight and multiple other characters. Fox is the best, but she is not for these characters with the leadership tag. And but the fact that he can support 5 days of ABL and ABX gives her the top 1 and the first spot with Fox, her friend. I'm not sure why I believe they are friends, but because I'm using her together, I feel like they are getting closer and closer. I've seen her being for coffee together and stuff like that, so yeah, I believe they are friends. Okay, that was my top 10 list, guys. Of course, 100%, this is my view on things, and this is my view on things. You have to consider that I'm playing ABX and ABL mostly, and World Boss Legend. So yes, this character helped me progress through these game modes, and this is the character that I'm suggesting to you. And if you follow that suggestion for 28 different fights on ABX and ABL with these 10 characters, except Nicholas Fury, which is an addition to make it feel, you know, beautiful, all this stuff. gonna have you all these 28 days SCTP of Insight, which provides you from 100k to 600k depending on your gameplay into adding in your score. So yes, if you follow that with only 9 characters, you're gonna have insight on every 28 fights of ABX and ABL. 28 fights because it's 14 days for ABL and 14 days for ABX. So in a period of 2 weeks, you're gonna have every single day a CTP of Insight to slap into your roster and getting advantage on ABL and ABX. Let me know your top 10 list down below in the comments, and let me know what you believe I could add, like Colson, like Riri Williams. Yeah, I totally get it, but yeah, that was my picks. See you into the next. Bye bye to everyone. Kisses.